Presenting Gary Russell Jr. against Mauricio Pastrana.
And the glaring statistic of the tail of the tape is Russell's age. He is 15 years younger than the 37-year-old veteran. He is 2 inches taller. However, Pastrana has 4 inches in wingspan. California rules, 3 knockdown rule, not in effect. There is no standing 8 count. The fighter can be saved by the bell, but only in the last round, and the referee or the ringside physician can stop the fight as he or she sees fit. And if you're looking for a if you like speed, if you like power, if you like skill and technique, Gary Russell Jr. is your prospect. He's probably the most talented prospect in a crowded group of featherweight up-and-comers that includes some guys that we've seen here on Fight Night Club, like Charles Huerta and Ronnie Rios. And here he is. He's got his game face on, ready to take on the most experienced fighter of his young pro career, Mauricio Pastrana.
All right, without further ado, let's go to the official presentation now with Joe Martinez.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Budweiser, the King of Beers, and the All-American Lager. DeWalt Power Tools, guaranteed tough. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Cardenas Market and LightsLeary.com. It is time for the main event of the evening. 6 rounds scheduled in the junior lightweight division. The 3 judges scoring this bout at ringside are Raul Caiz, David Dakin, and Guinadaire. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Dr. Lou Moran. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready and the fighters are ready. For the standing room only crowd here at Fight Night Club, Nokia LA Live, and those watching live on Fox Sports Net, Los Angeles, California, make some noise! Are you ready? Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black, white, and red, he weighed in officially 128 pounds. A veteran of the ring, he brings 35 victories, including 24 big wins by KO, 14 defeats, and 2 bouts even. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, here is Mauricio Indio Boy Pastrana. And next is the opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing black and white, he weighed in 126.5 pounds. Inside the ring, he is perfect as a professional. 10 victories with no defeats, 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Capitol Heights, Maryland, here is the undefeated Mr. Gary Russell Jr.
Trying to keep the streak alive in a different city yet again. Now fighting in Los Angeles, he's fought in Memphis, Cleveland, Laredo, Texas, Santa Ynez, Sunrise, Tulsa. He's been all over the map. I guess everyone wants a little piece of Gary Russell Jr.
I'd like to adopt him.
And here we go. Russell in the black trunks, Pastrana in the red, white, and black. Just to go back a little bit in time, Pastrana making his debut in his native Colombia. About 15 fights, then he decides to leave, and guess who he fought first in the U.S.? He went to Las Vegas, fought against Michael Carbajal, and he won that title. That was back in 1996.
That was a tremendous upset. In fact, it might have been the upset of the year for 1997.
And then along the way, he's fought other greats in the weight class. Recently, Johnny Gonzalez and
Celestino Caballero.
That's right.
That was a title fight. And Caballero's a guy that the top featherweights right now, the world-class guys like Juan Manuel Lopez.
Yeah, that was
Yuriorkis Gamboa. They don't want to see Celestino Caballero, but
that was in Panama City.
Yeah, Pastrana will fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. And once upon a time, he had one of the more reliable chins in boxing. In fact, he went the 12-round distance in his first fight with Rafael Marquez, who was the hardest hitting bantamweight at the time. But he's getting older, and he's been caught tonight.
And maybe he just doesn't have that strength anymore. The body, as well as the head right now, he's
it's being ruled a technical
and not only
knockdown.
that, he's bleeding now as well from the forehead. It appears at the top of the
Cut on the hairline.
yeah, hairline, exactly.
And Lumaret is ending the bout. That's all she
This
wrote.
one didn't last that long. Didn't really get a chance to see what Russell is all about, but
well, we saw the speed,
yeah.
and the speed was too much for the 37-year-old vet. He couldn't see the punches coming, and he was basically overwhelmed.
I was going to say, just physically, he just Pastrana just not there anymore. Maybe not his tone, not as strong as it used to be, and you know, he gave it a try, but just simply not there tonight.
Yeah, the legs and the reflexes do not seem to be there for Mauricio Pastrana, and Gary Russell Jr. just too talented. And it's not just the athletic ability, the speed and the power at the end of his shots, but it's the technique and the accuracy that Russell has. And too much for a guy who's way on the downside of his career. Like
and you're not really, I don't notice you, Doug, that you're questioning the decision. You thought that it was proper?
It's a knockout.
We're going to get a quick shot of the moment when that cut occurred.
It's probably a headbutt because it was high on the hairline, and Russell was coming in with a two-fisted assault. And it looks like it was an accidental clash of heads, but that clash of heads was followed by a right hook.
Lower.
A right hook that stunned Pastrana, and then he was just a sitting duck. Now, Dr. Lou Moret, the referee, he ruled that a technical knockdown because the ropes were the only thing that were keeping the veteran on his feet, keep him from touching canvas. And I think Moret just figured, you know, listen, I would have liked to see Pastrana try to survive the round and try to give this young man a test, but I think Moret didn't want to see the guy take needless punishment.
And right away, Gary Russell making a quick phone call just to commemorate the win, probably calling home and saying, hey, if you didn't catch it on up this end, just let me tell you what happened. It was a very quick win against an opponent who didn't really show up tonight. All right, let's go back up to the ring and see what Joe Martinez has to tell us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 1 minute, 46 seconds. Round number one, your winner by KO victory and recipient of the DeWalt Guaranteed Tough Championship belt and still undefeated, Mr. Gary Russell.